The next choice is going to be Remel choosing.
Oh.
We're going to switch it up wholeheartedly.
Oh.
Gonna have you do it. Reach in there. Reach in. Remel, if you could do me a favor.
My Danish magic didn't foresee this.
Your magic is a lie. Reach in. No, it's
very powerful.
It's wholeheartedly real.
It's very powerful.
It's very powerful. His wizard skills.
I mean, he just almost tore off a window.
What did we get?
That's some intense.
We got Nobunaga Concerto.
Nobunaga's Concerto. A very interesting anime, to say the least. I mean, I think it's very cool. It's, from what I've seen, historically accurate. I mean, it's really, really odd if you don't know history. And that's a fact. We are going to have Jose read the summary again. Because I'm not sure. Jose, did you watch Nobunaga's?
I watched at least like the first.
Alright, cool. That's
okay.
good.
Okay, since there's not many episodes right now.
Nobunaga Concerto. So the story pretty much centers around Sabaru, a high school boy who happens to travel back to Japan's Sengoku era, and he basically becomes Nobunaga Oda, and the famed warlord who helps unite Japan.
Basically, anyone who knows Asian history knows who Nobunaga is. Very famous warlord, conquered a lot of Japan, united a lot of people. Very cool dude. The show picks off in a very interesting way because the two characters look alike, Oda Nobunaga and Sabu. What is his name? Sabaru. They look alike, and when he drops back in time to exchange roles with Oda, that's really what they play off of. And I think it's very silly. Before we do the rating, of course, I just want to state this. I think it's silly that no one noticed that they switched. It was.
I know.
It's not even like.
How do you
it
not?
wasn't even like a Parent Trap kind of thing. They didn't cut their hair or anything. Oda had a full back ponytail, and then.
And a school uniform.
Sabaru had a school uniform.
Uniform.
Crazy.
How do you not notice that?
It was. I think it's silly. All right, we're gonna select our ratings for this anime, and then we're going to show them to the camera. Very good. Let's do our deliberations. All right, and boom, bam, 3s, a 2, and
Dang.
what did we get?
3.
A 3, very good. All right, let's hear the 2. We haven't really gotten a 2 in a little bit.
I mean, history. You're coming up here with some history facts. I mean, I mean, no offense to fucking Japanese history, it's fucking badass, but I don't want to. No history.
Your summary is just littered with curse words, just because you're like, you know what?
You know what? Fuck this shit,
Fucking
man.
history is fucking cool. To the fucking people who fucking lived it.
I think that's what it is.
That's basically that. I guess that sums it up pretty well. I could see how someone wouldn't like it. I mean,
I'm not gonna like say I hate it just because it's like a history thing. Like the animation does seem a little off to me as well. I'm not saying it's gonna be a
the art
complete
style.
letdown.
There's definitely something to pick at. I could see why people would not like it.
I don't know. To me, all I've seen so far is the first episode, and maybe it's not enough for some people to like judge it like right away. But for me, I didn't like kind of like get super hyped for it.
I guess the 2 is a little harsh to give. I mean, I would have given it a 3 because I mean it's
when it comes to the potential there. Because I mean, it could get better. When it
comes to the art style, I'm not usually super particular. I think the art style didn't even really come into effect when I graded it. I think it's just kind of run of the mill. I mean the history in it is cool, and I really like how he's changing events and living through the history book that he has. He's using it to make certain decisions, even though he knows that it's only random at best, because he could be changing it for all he knows. But I gave it a 3 because I think it's really average, run-of-the-mill. I think the characters are good, decent. I mean, not awesome, but I guess they're trying to go for historically accurate, or at least that's what I hope what they're going for. but it definitely seems like they do a good job of that through introducing the characters and portraying their roles and stuff and how they act out the history that actually happened.
Yeah, going on, leading off of what you were saying with the, I believe you were talking about the characters at some point.
Yes.
Yeah, the characters. To me, any of the characters besides Saburo were kind of flat to me. Like they didn't really, like I know like they were in like medieval Japan and all that, but they just didn't pop out even though that factor was in there. So, yeah.
I can definitely see what you're going for.
Okay, so I actually changed my answer to a lower number 3, just because there's a lot of animes that go over Nobunaga's history, and I know they're all different, and I know they have their own twists and everything, and I know the history is, it's fantastic. I really like the story, but the animation is a little off to me. I just don't see an interest in it compared to other people might. That's all I really have to say about that.
It might not. I mean, it's not. He's gonna come back. Good. All right, and CJ, what did you think of the show?
I gave it a 3, like most everyone else.
Yeah.
It was, the art style is very off-putting for me, just because it looks like it's kind of dropping frames kind of thing, just with the way, especially the eyes are a very difficult point for me to watch.
I agree. It's just like they try to put a lot of detail into the eyes, not a lot of detail into.
I can really
the
put up with everything else. Besides, like the characters, the way they're modeled and stuff, and the backgrounds are even fine to me. But it's like the eyes that definitely like are off-putting for it.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
That is very funny though. The eyes. It's just like
their eyes, man.
I loaded it up and I looked into their eyes and just scared me, man. I didn't like it. I just didn't see the emotion in their eyes.
All right, that pretty much wraps up
Nobunaga Concerto wrapped up opinion-wise.
What's
I want to remind everyone that's watching this video that our rating scales is 100% opinion-based.
Yep.
All right, so
and CJ's giving me the motion to roll along, but I'm gonna move at a slow and steady pace.
But Umbreon.